Hi guys, Matt B's Movies back for another video, and today is another 3D review. So the film we're going to be looking at is Bait. So yeah, recently picked this film up in 3D. There's also the option for the 2D on this one as well. Had the opportunity to watch this film, so we're going to talk about it today on the video. Bait is a 2012 horror stroke action film, and it ran for 1 hour and 33 minutes. In the UK, it's a certificate 15. A freak tsunami traps shoppers at a coastal Australian supermarket inside the building. The shoppers have to deal with a deadly and unwanted visitor, which is a 12-foot great white shark. Okay, so this is an Australian film. It does star Julian McHannon, who is, you'll have seen him if you've watched the original Fantastic Four films back in the sort of late 90s, early 2000s with Chris Evans. And Julian played Doctor Doom in both films. And he's often in a lot of other films. He's the only known star that I recognised in this film. Now on to some trivia about the film. Despite only earning approximately $800,000 in its home country of Australia, Bait 3D was a sizable success overseas, making over 24 million in China alone. It also made 2 million in Italy. As a result of its international success, Dark Light Films announced that the film will receive a sequel. However, no further films have yet to be produced. 3 animatronic sharks were used for filming, although director Kimball Rendell wanted to entirely avoid using computer-generated imagery. The budget necessitated its use in some scenes. And finally, 3 different Pomeranians were used in the movie to play Heather's dog, Bully, one for swimming, one for barking, and one for running. Okay, so on to the film and the 3D. So yeah, never seen this film before. It was a first time watch. Wasn't really expecting a lot from it. Hoping it would just be a bit of fun, and that's exactly what I got. You know, a creature feature film full of sort of action and shark action, shall we say. Yeah, good old-fashioned sort of throwaway entertainment. Really enjoyed this from start to finish. You know, it's not going to win any Oscars, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to just be an hour and a half of good fun, action, edge of his seat stuff. You know, hoping that who's going to survive, who's going to die. You know, you kind of get an idea as you go through who's going to be the people that are going to sort of be eaten by the sharks and those that are going to survive. So no real surprises, but a lot of fun. I did like the setting, that it was in a shopping supermarket, something a little bit different, something I've not seen before. And you're probably thinking, well, how do they get to that situation? Well, you need to watch the film. Although I do mention in the description there was a tsunami, so yeah, I think you can pretty much sort of work out how this all happens. Okay, so let's get into the 3D review of this film. Okay, so when you get to the menu system at the start, you have the option to either watch this in 3D or 2D, which is great. You know, if you you don't have 3D and you just want to enjoy the film in the 2D format. So yeah, straight away you have that option. So once having selected the 3D, you then get the sort of the title menus, and they are actually all in 3D, which is quite cool. You're kind of getting some lettering, which is sort of, you know, coming out of the screen a little bit, but there's also a bit of depth there as well. When the titles roll in, they're quite clever because they're kind of letters that are sort of in like a sea environment, and they all sort of come together in 3D space to form the actors' names and production information, all this kind of a thing. We then get into the actual film starting, and it kind of starts off on the Australian coastline, and you get a good sense of depth of the beach and the sea, and the back you get the sort of you know, the hotels, the big buildings, so a good sense of depth all round. One of the opening scenes, you do get to see a great white, and you know, it comes out of the water and really comes out of the screen at you. It's quite impressive. You usually find with a lot of these 3D films that sort of in the initial 5 to 10 minutes of the start of the film, there's usually a sort of really good effect in the 3D to really sort of draw you into it. And as we go through the film, there's a lot of depth to this film. What's really good about this one is because there's a lot of underwater scenes, especially within the supermarket. You know, the sort of 3D element is always really good in water. Water and snow always look really, you know, sort of quite good sense of perspective and this kind of thing. And I know with James Cameron, with the Way of Water film, he obviously a lot of that film was done in 3D underwater, so it was really, you know, this is obviously done way before that, but it's done very well. Yeah, there's a lot of nice little effects in there with fish swimming around, eels. Occasionally you'd get the odd thing that would come out of the screen. You'd think, oh, you know, and sort of knock you back in your seat. And again with the sharks, you know, there are 2 sort of great white sharks in this film, and you know, there's a lot of sort of them swimming around, and you feel like you're sort of almost in the water with them. So if I was rating this out of 5, I would give this a solid 3.5 out of 5. Like I say, there's a good sense of depth in this. The odd pop out, which can be a little bit gimmicky at times, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the film in 3D. I really recommend this one. If you like the sort of creature features, especially shark films, I think you get a lot of enjoyment from watching this. Even in 2D, it's a good fun film. But if you really do like the 3D films, then I would highly recommend this because it's a lot of fun. You know, it's kind of all this underwater stuff really sort of suits the 3D format well. And like I say, you do get some pop outs, which are quite fun and sort of throw you back in your seat every now and again. So yeah, really highly recommended. So that's the end of the review. If you've enjoyed this 3D review, then keep your eye on the channel. There's going to be more 3D review films coming up throughout the year. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Click the subscribe button down below. Come and join the channel. As I say, this is going to be a new series of 3D reviews, and I'm going to create a 3D playlist for all you 3D enthusiasts. So yeah, be sure to keep notified. Click the bell notification so you'll know when new 3D reviews are going to be coming up. Please give the video a thumbs up. That really does help out the channel, and it tells YouTube that you like these sorts of 3D reviews, and that encourages me to create more content for you to enjoy. Why not leave a comment down below? What did you think of this 3D review? Yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. And thanks ever so much for watching the video. Take care and see you next time. Bye now.